Hey there, my name's Steven. Quick review and unboxing of this dash cam. So it's by AUTOSOCT and it's the A40 model. That's what it looks like. Really nice packaging. You can definitely give this as a gift to someone, especially if they drive Uber or if you live in an area where you're prone to accidents, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, or anywhere actually. I live in the Midwest and we definitely have our fair share of idiots on the road. So definitely a nice thing to have this, but it has a nice wide viewing angle. It has night vision as well. There's also a parking monitor on here. And then there's front and rear cameras, which is actually pretty cool. Nice feature to have dual. There's also a sensor, so if you're driving along and maybe you're not recording, then all of a sudden you get hit. This thing apparently will do that. There's motion detection as well. I think that you can let this sit, like if you're in a parking lot, it might turn on automatically if there is some motion that it senses, but it has a loop recording, so you just throw an SD card in here, which I don't think is included, and then it just loops. So I'm not sure how long it's supposed to last, but definitely some really good features, and it looks good too, at least from the pictures. So I'm excited to take a look at this and get this thing installed in my vehicle, because it's the winter here in the Midwest. So many accidents and things going on, so many people pointing the finger at who knows who. There's a camera, there's this whole box, and like I said, the box feels really good. There's a nice, it would be a nice gift type of thing. So that's one of the cameras right here that goes to the rear. Plenty of cabling, so it's not wireless in regards to that, but you can kind of see that right there. And so that's the long cable. This is a cigarette outlet right there, and then the mini USB. That's going to go into your main unit, and then this can go into or onto your dashboard. I think there's a nice little sticky thing right there, so you can have that mounted there. And then I believe this is another one for the dashboard. There might be two in there, so that's pretty cool. And then you get a nice little cleaning cloth. I mean, yeah, this is nice. Put it in your center console or your glove box or like a cubby inside of your car, and you can just wipe down the lens every once in a while just to make sure you're getting a clear picture. And then at the bottom, there's a bunch of stuff, so you're going to get a blank piece of white paper. It looks like a sticker or something, so there might be a reason for this. I'll have to read a little bit. You definitely get like a charging USB cable. You get the dash cam manual. Let's take a look. Yeah, some nice color pictures, nice display diagrams and bullets, which is really good. So that's definitely going to be an easy one to read. Looking into this package more, there's a SIM card like ejector in here. I wonder if that's for the SD card, but that's what that looks like. If you haven't seen one of those, I mean, it's like if you want to get your SIM card out of your phone, you use that. But you can register, I guess, for their little club, and they give you like a little reminder, and that's that. So we saw everything other than the camera itself. We saw the rear camera right there. You definitely need to kind of get that wired up yourself. But let's take a look at this camera, because this is what a lot of us care about, because you're going to be looking at this thing all day. There it is. Looks really cool. It just looks like a digital camera almost. It feels nice and high quality metal. Almost feels like an iPhone, honestly, because it's like a metal design on the outside and like a glass / plastic display on the front. So it's like a very iPhone design. Like, it reminds me of the size of the original iPhone, the iPhone 1. But there is the front. Looks like there's a flash mechanism maybe, or that might be motion detection. Here's the lens itself. Looks really good. You take that off, and that might be a recording button. This might be for the audio, but it looks really good. Great graphics on here. It says that it works between 0 and 60 degrees Celsius. I'm in America, so I don't know what that means. I know that that's a good range, I think. You can use a micro SD card rated 10 or higher. 8 gigabits or higher, up to 32 gigabytes, but make sure to format the SD card and the camera before the camera is used for the first time. So in order to make this stable, they say to format the micro SD card every maybe 1 to 2 weeks, which is interesting. Maybe that's best for performance, I guess. But it says do not use a power cord other than the one that's supplied, so not to break anything, I guess. But there's going to be your mount right there, so you can tell it's going to hang from like the top of your ceiling, I guess, in your car. And then there's a charging port right there, as well as I think that's a 3.5 millimeter for audio potentially. I'm not sure what that's going to be for. I don't know if that connects to the other camera through that port, through the rear camera. But nothing else on this guy other than the SD card, which is not included. Not sure, this might be a microphone right there. But yeah, no SD card included, but yeah, really good looking camera. Full 1080p, 170-degree wide-angle lens. So, and you're gonna have that in the front and the back. So this is what this looks like. I'm assuming that's gonna be a viewfinder, and then there's gonna be a touchscreen on this side that you can move through the menus via up or down or going back in the menu. So pretty cool looking camera. I'm gonna make sure to get this thing installed probably this weekend. Give it a try here. Like I said, it's crummy weather here in the Midwest, and you never know when you're gonna need this. But this thing looks actually really cool, so I'm excited to get it hung up. It's not one of those things where I'm embarrassed to put it up because it looks cheap. This actually looks really cool. So anyways, I hope that this review was helpful. If it was, make sure to leave a comment or click that button that it was. Again, my name's Steven. I definitely appreciate your time. Thanks, everybody.